Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is awkward here. From me. And Shadow is over here. So you can't see him, but maybe we can make it. Thanks, morning. I was cold and I forgot that I had this, so I thought, I would put it on to keep myself warm. Shadow was very sus. As soon as I took it out of the loft, he was chewing on it. Weren't you? Yeah, I see you eyeing this cookie. Are you gonna come over here? Come here. There you go. Come lay down over here. Good boy. Yeah. Here we go. Hello. Yeah, you gonna hang out with us today? He's like, maybe. Here you go. Ready? Down. 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 Good boy. There you go. Good boy. Good boy, Shadow. Yeah. No more. Oh, gone. He's like, fuck this then. Look, there's no more. He knows where they are. Yeah. You know where they are. No more, Bubba. We'll have some more later, okay? He's like, this is some bullshit. But anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everyone doing today? There we go. Good boy. This is what we want. Make sure the testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the test is good. I know you're upset. We'll give you some Cheetos later. Yeah? Hello. You gonna hang out today? So we're attempting the sitting on the floor while Shadow gets the whole sofa. Yeah? Is that what we're doing? I'm sitting on your dog bed pillow, and you are on the sofa. Hey? Because that's the way the world works. I'm doing good, but I have a headache for some reason. Oh, that's annoying. To be fair, I feel like I've had a bit of a dehydration headache as well. That's annoying. Go get hydrated. Girl, go get yourself a drink. Yay, you won. Oh, no. Yay, Pando won. Oh, I thought it was you. No, Pando won. I decided I put his name and the, like, whatchamacallit, the, like, status bar on the side, or on top. It does kind of feel, I wish the devs would formulate it so that you could have the icon, like the level up bar underneath him, but that's okay. So, the plan is, what? The plan is to finish this today. If you guys remember at the end of last, I don't know if this is helping or hindering right now. I do think it's kind of helping. It's a bit weird, but, so yeah, yesterday what had happened was we had finished this section, but I wasn't happy with it. So we did this, and then I decided to frog the last 3 petals, and I think we're gonna go back in and do them differently. I think what's gonna happen is we're going to actually take the fabric out of the hoop and move everything down slightly, because then I think we can actually go like full ham on these petals, because before I think I was a bit like hesitant of going over the, like, hitting the hoop, so I think I just need to move the hoop and then hopefully that will fix the situation. Yeah, because basically what had happened by the end of it is that we decided that it was just looking a little bit funky. Like, it wasn't looking flower-like, and so I think we need to try to amend that. So, happy Friday. Good afternoon. Good sir. How are things? Guys, if you don't know, Saul is doing a little bit of a shake-up over on his channel, and all shall be unveiled on Monday, which is very exciting. I feel like it's the dawning of a new era, and we love it. So I took a page out of your book, Saul, even though it wasn't a wheel spin, it was voluntary. Mostly because I was cold. But I found out, I remembered I have one of these in the loft. So I thought, you know, what better way to keep warm than in the skin of the Cheshire Cat? So that's what we're doing today. I even have a tail. Where is it? I don't know. I'm sitting on it, but it does have a tail as well. Hello. Yes, changes in the air. Yes, yes. Okay, so we've moved this down now. It's a bit tentative in terms of it's at like the sort of end of its thing. Thanks. Right? I feel like the only time I really wear pink is when I'm doing some sort of Wonderland cosplay. Yeah. You keep sitting on my tails. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, those damn tails. They get in the way. But yes, so we are determined to finish this today, unless, you know, this high-low, long, short stitching goes absolutely silly. I do trust we will finish this. And if we do, then I figured we would transition to some, like, cozy coloring. I have this Enchanted Forest coloring book, which feels very appropriate, you know? It feels very cozy, whimsical, which is very much the vibe. So, if we finish it, that's what we'll get to today. If not, we'll just go through this. You have that, you think, oh, really? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure I just picked it up at, like, a grocery store or something one day. We have the tea. I feel like, you know, England is back to its gray state. I feel like the sun came out on Thursday and it was glorious, and now it's gone back in its hidey hole. It's a very fickle beast. So why you hiding? You know? Come back out. Come back out and warm the earth, please. Because it's freaking cold out. Shadow and I went on a field adventure today. I promise it. Touche. Touche, good sir. You're like, I'm on vacation. You popped back on Thursday for a minute. Actually, I don't know why I'm unraveling this because I still have the floss left over from here that we're going to use first. I got a watercolor book. I got a watercolor with me book for Christmas. And ooh, that sounds really cool. I like that. Popped up 40 minutes and life said no. Yeah. It happens. It happens. All right. That sounds really nice, though. A watercolor with me book. I'm intrigued by that. Okay, so let's try and make these petals more petal-like. And there is still a tiny little section in here that I want to fill in with black, which is fine. So basically, we're finishing this, and then we're doing our daisy stitch, and then it's done. So it sounds like it's not going to take 3 hours. But who knows? You know? Who knows? I'll tell you how it goes. Yeah! I have an underwater one in the... Ooh! A forest and jungle one. Yep. I like that idea. I would love to know how that goes. So I think maybe what I need to do is embrace sort of like petals are not just straight poking out, you know what I mean? Like they have a bit more movement to them. So I think I need to just embrace a bit more movement from these. And this one is drawn on very small, but I think I just need to go above and beyond where the pencil marks are and just kind of do my own thing. I think what I'll do actually, let's get out this actually is a better guideline. So right here, this is what that looks like. But then on here, the outline is very different. So we're gonna try maybe more to follow this than what's actually run down. Yeah, Shadow's doing all right. Aren't you, bud? Yeah, you're doing good. But yeah, we went to the forest today. The week's been all right. Actually, on the way there, we were walking up the street and there was like just a pile of sticks on the ground. And I was like, that's really weird. So we're walking over there and Shadow's like sniffing it. And by the time I realized, I'm pretty sure it's a bird nest that had fallen out of the tree and there was a dead bird underneath all those sticks. And so Shadow grabbed it and pulled it out from under the sticks, but luckily I pulled him away from it before you could investigate further. So yeah, Shadow tried to eat a bird today. Didn't you? He's like, nuh-uh, I was trying to help it. Yeah, that you did. So luckily it could have been a lot worse than that. But yeah, it was really bizarre because I was like, why is there... Because at first in my brain, I was like, oh, maybe there's something dead underneath that. And then no one wanted to move it. So they like put a bunch of sticks over top of it. But then in retrospect, I was like, well, no, I'm sure all those sticks were maybe in a tree and then they all fell out. But it was quite large. Like it seemed like yeah, I don't know. It could have been column A, could have been column B. Gus killed 2 baby birds in our backyard. He shook them to death. Ugh, yeah. It's hard because, like, obviously they do have those sorts of instincts, right? Shadow's, you know, luckily they're not, you know, crazy. He doesn't chase after squirrels and birds and stuff like that with the intent to try to catch them. He just kind of likes bouncing over to them and seeing what happens. But yeah, I was like, okay then, moving on. I guess oh, absolutely you can be mad at him, of course. I'm like, I get that it's in your nurture, but you are also a domesticated animal and this is unacceptable behavior. Absolutely. That's what I always tell Shadow when he like gets real sassy with like the foxes and the dogs in the area or the cats in the area. I'm like, you cannot play with them. And I'm like, you need to be respectful because we all share. This is all our home. be respectful. Stop being a silly goose. But yeah, but he went for a big old run around. It was freezing though. Like, it wasn't too bad to start, but then it's like just the wind is just going right through you. So I came home and I was absolutely freezing. He seemed okay though. I took his jacket off while we were running around. Like, once he sort of gave up, like, you know, got some steam under him. But then he was like, I don't know, it seemed really windy. I was like, I'm freaking freezing and you don't have a double coat, so I think you're cold. So I put his jacket back on him and he didn't complain about it. In fact, if anything, I put the coat back on him and then he did some more zoomies. So in fact, I think it probably helped. But yeah. Okay. I wasn't necessarily upset by this petal. This one wasn't really that big of a deal, but I did want to redo it just because I think this was all part of the same thread. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll still go through and do this. But yeah. So I was thinking, because, you know, there seems to be a unanimous desire. To be fair, we're going to do all the things. All the things are planned. But I wanted to know, because like I said, the plan is to finish this today, which marks the end of an era in terms of the content we have been doing with each other for the last little while. Because we've been craft kitting since January. We've had, you know, 5 craft kits to work through. This is the last one, and it's almost done. And so I was doing a couple polls on Instagram, on here yesterday. I did one on Discord as well, just trying to get an idea of what sort of content we should do next. Not meaning that we're going to, you know, completely not do any of the other suggestions. It was just what we wanted to do next. And unanimously, everybody seemed to love the baking stream, which was interesting to me. I don't know. It was baking, and then actually the next runner-up category was gaming, which I thought was very interesting because I was like, we don't do either of those very often. And so baking is one. So I think next week, the first sort of thing we're going to be doing next week is we're going to be baking. But the question now is, what are we going to bake? Because we need something that's going to, you know, take the 3 hours-ish, or, I want to say, like, cozy games, but I don't know. More like kind of point and click. I have a few different ones. The main game I want to play right now is Strange Horticulture, which is like a little point and click. It's sort of like, it's weird. It's almost like the way I want to describe them is like spooky cozy, like macabre cozy. So, yeah, so that one, because the other games that I have picked up are all sort of like little point and click adventure games, but they have sort of like dark undertones to them. There's one game called Little Misfortune. There's another one, basically these like ones that are like kind of cutesy games that seem to have like darker messages to them. So yeah, I'm not sure yet in terms of what other kinds, but as of right now, I do want to play Strange Horticulture. That's the first one on the to-do list. But yeah, Little Misfortune. Yeah. Exactly, yeah, I played through Franbo, and I really loved it, but again, it's very dark. So yeah, that's sort of, those are the games that I, like, those kinds of story-based games that are a bit, like, darker. Basically what happens is if it has an interesting art style, I'm interested in it. And obviously it's not like a first-person shooter situation, because I'm not good at those and don't enjoy them. Great British Bake Off, I love that. But yeah, and so I'm not sure, because I don't have tons of games. Liam has a huge game library, so I could always borrow, like, use his Steam library for some games. But I have my own. We still also have all of our, like, nostalgic sort of Disney games, but I'm sort of not in the mood to play those right now. So I do feel like I'm leaning more towards like just Steam games. There's a really, actually, I think we talked about this. Liam and I started playing it on his account, but I really like the game Potion Craft. That's cute. The other game, actually, that might be interesting to play, I don't know if anyone would be interested in the gameplay, but if you guys have ever heard of the game Darkest Dungeon, it's like a side-scrolling adventure game. Kind of side-scrolly. It's like a, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know enough about games to know how to describe the games, to be honest. But the cool thing with that one is that you can rename the characters, and so that would give us an opportunity to like name you guys as characters in the game, which I think would be quite fun. Oh, I've played it on stream. Yeah, it is. It's very difficult. The whole point of the game is that all of your characters will eventually die at some point. It's meant to be difficult. But I love the art style. I love all the different like character archetypes. So I find that, I don't know, basically it's one of those where like I don't necessarily know if the games that I enjoy are games that are interesting to people. But I guess there's only really one way to find out, really, right? The only way to find out is to try. But yeah. But the first, matter of business. There we go. See, we're happy with this. This is still quite like triangular, but it's still it's petal-like, so I'm okay with that. How you doing, Baba? I know you guys can't really see his head, but his feet are there. He's here. He's hanging out. Yeah, do you wanna go belly up? Not yet, eh? It's so funny. You can tell when he wants to go belly up, he's like kind of whining about it, and then if you scratch like his lower back right above his tail, I call it the belly up button because it's like he tries to squirm away and eventually twists belly up. I call it your belly up button, don't I? Yeah. He's like, I'm asleep, I don't know. I don't care. Yeah, you sleep. But yeah. Yes, anyway, so what I was saying, baking first, the first thing we gotta do. So originally, I went back to my girl Becky XL, gluten-free cup of tea, and was like, maybe she's got tons of different baking ideas. And I came across one that was speculated to take about, 2.5 hours to fully complete, which was Millionaire Shortbread. Which I don't know if it exists elsewhere. It seems to be like a very distinctly British thing. I had never heard of it beforehand, but it's basically like a dessert square that's layered. And so you have like a biscuit base and then like a caramel center and then sort of like a chocolate on top, which is very nice. But then, so that still might happen, but I was then thinking about, what other kind of dessert bar exists. I saw them make them on GBBO. Yeah, definitely. But what other deliciously yummy layered treat bar exists that I haven't had in years and is a distinctly Canadian invention, and that was Nanaimo bars. Now I've attempted to make Nanaimo bars before, but it didn't go very well. But basically, if you guys don't know what a Nanaimo bar is, it's similar in the terms of the layers, but it has like a chocolate coconutty biscuit base, and then it's got like a thick custard. So you get like the powdered custard and you kind of under make it so that it's really stiff, almost kind of like a thick icing consistency, I'd say. And then the top layer is like a chocolate. And so I tried to make that once before, but I couldn't get the custard to set properly, so it was all mushy and stuff in the center. It still tasted good, but it didn't really hold up in the like bar shape that I wanted it to. And then I was like, okay, well, Nanaimo bars are cool, but Jesus, Shadow, you scared the crap out of me. Wow. Oh my god, he just like shook his ears and then it smacked against the couch and absolutely scared the crap out of me. Yeah, you did. Yeah, there he is. There's the belly up. You scared me, you goober. But yeah, and so I was like, oh, okay, like that would require putting things, like you basically, every layer has to be cold, right, before you put the next layer on. So there will be a lot of just like fridge time that might not be enjoyable to watch. So I would think, you know, you would make two things at least. And so I was like, well, if we're going to continue down this like making Canadian treats gluten-free, something that I don't think I've even had since I've moved here is a butter tart. And so I don't know if butter tarts must exist in the States as well, right? So traditionally, I guess the best way we were describing them, the way that I was trying to describe it to Liam, he said that the best sort of equivalent of it in the UK would maybe be like a treacle tart, I think. Hi, Aurora. Good afternoon. I'm just discussing what I think I might do baking wise next week, because we are going to bake next week, because I want to give the people what they want. But the question is, what are we going to bake? And so I'm thinking gluten-free versions of Canadian desserts that I have not found in the UK / don't know. I'm sure because there's enough Canadian immigrants around here that I'm sure they have them, but I have not come across any yet. So I was thinking like Nanaimo bars and then butter tarts. And I'm pretty sure butter tarts exist in the US. But basically, it's like a tart filled with like a sticky, sweet... I feel like it's almost just like butter and sugar and stuff. Let me look it up. What is the inside of a butter tart? And then usually in addition to like the sticky sweetness in the like little tart shell, sometimes they'll put raisins in it, or pecans, I think, are usually the two main ones, or you can just leave them plain. Butter tart, a food. Butter tart is a small pastry tart highly regarded in Canadian cuisine. Yeah, the filling of the tart is basically butter, sugar, syrup, and egg. And this is what they look like. If you guys... So yeah, they just look like, your standard, like, treacle tart situation. But yeah, I've not had one in a million years. And I feel like a lot of these things, like something like this as well, it's not... The biggest, I guess, hurdle probably is the gluten-free pie crust. But it's definitely doable. They definitely exist. But yeah, so that's an option. So I'm thinking, okay, do we do gluten-free Canadian treats, or I might go again back to my girl Becky XL and maybe just do like some brownies and millionaire shortbread. That was the one that I found that again is meant to take like 2.5, 3 hours. You know what it is though? I think it said like 2 hours, 2.5, and I'm like, knowing me, it will take 3. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm not the most efficient person in general, and especially when it comes to baking, because I very rarely do it. So I do think that might be, yeah. So I didn't want to find like a recipe that was gonna take like 3 hours, because I knew for a fact it was gonna take longer than that, because I would be the one making them. But possibly, I suppose biscuits. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have, there's a sugar cookie recipe that I use quite frequently, that I have cookie cutters and things that I can do. And then, yeah, decorating with is an option. Yeah, I've never decorated with like royal icing. You know the ones where people will like make almost like a moat around the cookie, and then they'll use like a little toothpick and they'll spread the icing to then make, the decoration, like color it in. I've never done that before. That would be interesting. Yeah. The other thing too that I've always wanted to make. Oh, we use pre-made icing for that. Just powder. Oh, interesting. It's just powder, add water to it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's more just about making sure you get the consistency for that right. But then I think once that happens, I feel like I saw a flicker. So I'm like, did one of the light bulbs go out? No, I'm just imagining things. Yeah, the other thing I've always wanted to make, but apparently it's very difficult. And I think some of these things too, I don't necessarily have the right, like, pans and stuff for. You know what I mean? Aw, geez. Aurora coming in with all these ideas. I'm like, I don't know. That's true. We could attempt to make things out of fondant. That's like combining art and baking. That would be like sculpting. Sculpting. I'd have to ask Sutherland for advice. Okay. I am happier with this one. It's looking a much nicer. I think going longer with this one was the right move. Everything's looking a lot more proportioned before. Yeah, it's like your nail finish with fondant, stab. Yeah. Though I don't know if you stab the fondant, do you? I don't know. I think you, like, massage it. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah. Hi, Kay! Happy Friday! Happy Friday from the Cheshire Cat and the Sleepy Shadow. We're hanging out today. Hopefully finishing our embroidery kit. My battery's low but high. Yay! You can. That's true. It's true. We could give it some texture. I guess there's certain things that you would do that would give you texture. You either get the Chesh or you don't. You can't have a half Chesh situation. Yeah. Yes. Saul's been on quite the adventure this week. I don't even know where did you end up going, Saul? Within London. I'm like, London's a very big place. It's looking good. Yeah, thank you. I frogged some of the petals last night because I wasn't happy with them. But I'm feeling much better about this now. This one is still a little short, but I think it does make sense within the grand scheme of things. And then I do think... It is a little bit... I don't know. It's still kind of short, but I think it'll be fine. My sister's doing great. My mom's doing labs this morning, so we'll see what our numbers look like. Hopefully... Yeah, the main issue is her ability to keep food down, eh? Okay. If we do the full extension of this guy, is it gonna look really strange? I think maybe we just have to go for it. And I also wonder... I don't know, if we follow, because this is like a blob petal, and I don't know if that's a thing. Went to another era, Forbidden Planet. Ooh, Forbidden Planet is the best. I know exactly, yes. Guys, Forbidden Planet is this amazing, like, comic book, geeky nerd store, where upstairs has, like, different, like game and film and movie memorabilia, and the basement is just like all different types of comic books and manga, and it's a cool place. It's an incredible place. That's one of my favorite places. People watch Hampton Court. Yes, Hampton Court. Very nice, very nice. Oh my god, I've not played Guitar Hero in such a long time. Guitar Hero and Rock Band I used to love. My whole family, we would play Rock Band together. And my brother would constantly try to play things on hard mode. and then our band kept getting booed off the stage, and then we'd tell him just to switch to medium, and he would refuse, and we'd be like, our band is failing. Kicked her ass till my arm got tired. Yeah, that takes a lot. I could see that really like tiring out your tendons if you're not used to like if you've not played a game like that in a while, which like I don't think many of us have. Love Guitar Hero. Yeah, there was actually a lot of, it sounds really funny, but there was actually a lot of songs that I discovered via Guitar Hero or Rock Band. That was definitely a thing. Couldn't dance though. Yeah, that's fair. Hey man, you can't be good at both, you know? You win some, you lose some. I think that, you know, we can't have you stacked in both games. That would just be too much, you know? You would just be an undefeatable wizard, and we can't have that. We gotta keep you humble. I'm kind of following this like bulbous shaped version of this, and I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I remember, I feel like that was like a fad at one point. Could you just go like how do you go and get one? You just like, I guess, would you go to like a piercing studio and do it? It looked real cute from the Discord photos. Yeah, Tattoo Pierce Place. That's really cool. Okay, this is really random, but it's also kind of okay. So I think we're just gonna go with it. Ooh, we're gonna have to rethread. I think we are. I think we're gonna need more thread for this. More thread. Guitar is amazing. Yeah. That's so cool to know that they still have them. I figured they probably still had DDRs in arcades, but I didn't think about Guitar Hero. That will be, yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm like, now I really want to play Guitar Hero, guys. Camden Market. Yeah. Camden Market's really cool. All the like little alleyways and lanes and stuff. There are certain stalls though that I feel like are quite repetitive from one side to the other. But it's very cool. Yeah, I think we're gonna thread another one. But I am happier with the placement of these, so I do think that we'll be able to move on afterwards. DDR, I'm no good at. Triple from my own feet, yeah. I remember I actually had like a DDR, like a plastic mat, and had it for the PS2. I think we rented it or something. I do think I had it, but it wasn't, I always found that I slipped on the mat, or what happened is I felt like I was having, like I was stepping on the right, yeah, you feel like you're stepping on the right button, but then the mat had moved. So I don't know if I just, like, maybe because we were playing on carpet, you needed to play it on like hardwood or something like that to stop the mat from slipping around. But it's like you always assumed you were hitting a button, unless I just have really terrible depth perception, which also could be a thing. I'm a wiggle dancer, not a move feet dancer. Hey man, you see these arms? This is, you know, yeah. Did put my feet. I'm getting feet down since Tuesday. Oh, that's good. Oh, it makes her sleepy. That's so annoying. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like, okay, cool. Now we can get food down, but now we tired. It's like never-ending cycle. Yeah, wiggle dancer. One of my friends got so good at DDR. It was on his hands and feet. Really? You always see that. There's an epic, I say epic. It's epic from my, 2000s teenage / adolescent self cool. Go grab a second real quick. Yeah, no problem. That, and I've already talked about how there are parts that are really cringy, but in Lindsay Lohan's Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, her and Megan Fox have a DDR off, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty epic. I'm trying to think. I feel like that was a big thing in early 2000s films, that there was, like, the arcade DDR off, where, like, it was, like, a big thing where it was like, yeah, you want to go, and then you get up and you battle, and then one is, like, doing circles and flips and stuff, but still getting all of the correct buttons, even though it's, like, what you're doing and what's happening on the screen are two completely different things. I used to love DDR, but after our second and third pad fritzed out. Yeah, knees and stamina are what they used to be. Yeah, that's true. It's a lot of just, like, stomping, you know what I mean? Which can't be good for your feet and your knees over time. Versus, like, actual dancing, I feel like it does, depending on the style of dance, will have repercussions on your knees. But DDR is just, like, a lot of stomping, you know? It's like the Cha-Cha Slide song where they go, left foot, let's stomp, boom. Right foot, let's stomp, boom. Do everybody clap your hands, like, you know, those sorts of things. It's like dancing, but not really. It's just like timed stomps, you know. Okay, so we're just gonna thread up our thread this one up again because we need a little bit more to finish this section, and then we're gonna fill in the little hole here with black thread. During last time I did on Just Dance, maybe get it. Yeah, it's true. Actually, you know what? I actually have that. When Liam and I were still living in the flat, and I was trying to think of ways to be active, I did actually download that. Yo, maybe we. Would that be absolutely insane? That might be, I'm like, oh, maybe we should play that. But it's just, yeah, because there could be enough room for that to happen. That would be batshit, guys. That would be wild. But that's an option. The only thing, though, is I think there's, like, a free version. It only has a few songs on it, and then... And also, I don't know if I can play that game for 3 hours straight. That might not be a good idea. But it's worth looking into. It's worth looking into. Yeah. Maybe, you know, we can play an hour of that or something. That could be like, yeah, I don't know. It might have to be like a multi-game day where we play different beat-related games, and that could be one of them, and then we could, you know, do American Idol afterwards or something. That could be more realistic. Yeah, that would be hilarious, though. It's true, though, because obviously the goal of those types of games is that you're meant to use your whole body, but your controller for that game specifically is on your phone, so you could literally just be doing the dance moves with one arm and still be getting really good good scores. So to be fair, if I'm just doing the one-armed version of Just Dance, maybe I could do that for 3 hours. Yeah, Jess, last year we did play the PS2. I found an emulator for the American Idol PS2 game, so we've played that a couple times on stream, and we managed to become the American Idol, not once, but twice. And then I forgot that the game came out after the second season, so there were cutscenes. All the cutscenes were from season 2 of American Idol, and the bonus content in the game was that you could watch the final performances of Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard. And so we did that too. That was a blast. That was fun. Like, how could I get steps on my 3DS? But yeah, exactly. I didn't even know that there was steps options on the 3DS. What game was that for? You still have your SingStar games too? Oh man, I forgot about SingStar. That's another one. That's another one that was fun. My dad had worked out too. That's another game that it's pitch related, and so you didn't have to actually sing the words. You could just like you could just hum, and obviously it would track it. But then of course my mom called my dad out for cheating. See these feet, sir. Yeah, see these feet. Beep boop 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 beep boop boop. Hello. Oh, hello. He's like, stab it. I can't even remember. Yeah, because obviously, yeah, I'm trying to think. Because wasn't there like those 3DS? There was like Nintendogs and Nintendcats and stuff. Maybe you had to like walk your Nintendog, and that's why you needed you needed a pedometer in the 3DS. Yeah, it must have been for a specific game. That's really funny. Okay. Pokemon Picross, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe. Think you could buy things with it? Oh, interesting. With your steps? Use it for an Animal Crossing. Oh, okay. For Animal Crossing game. Yeah. Oh yeah, buy it for the Animal. Interesting. Yeah, like steps for currency. Interesting. Yeah, I know my brother and his girlfriend had DSs. I never did. I only had a Game Boy Color, and then my brother had a Game Boy Advance that I sometimes played on, but I never had. I think once I got like an iPod, that became my source of entertainment. So I didn't want like I didn't have a desire for the Nintendo DS or anything, but I know my brother, I think his girlfriend too. I think in university they bonded over having Nintendo DSs still. Yeah, your steps turned into cash in the game for something. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice incentive though. I do appreciate that. Like I appreciate games that encourage movement because, you know, like it's helpful to move your body and not like sit in a chair for multiple hours playing games. If you're able to be mobile in certain capacities while gaming, I think that that's pretty cool. But yeah. Oh, really? What game is that? Bravely Second. Okay, what's that game about? Let me look this up. Bravely Second. Cute. Yeah. Can you pop a bit later? We're heading off. Ooh! You're going to Oxford for that. That's gonna be amazing. Yes, I appreciate you stopping by though. I hope it goes really, really well. I'm really excited for you guys. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Yeah, it's like a Final Fantasy-ish game, but super adorable. Yeah, it looks like it just from the artwork. It looks sort of like chibi-fied Final Fantasy, which is amazing. Loading up the cart on Stony bags. Oh, truly. Not only is it just like because you're going away for a weekend, but then you're going away for a weekend with a Bubba, who's got tons of stuff going on. Oh, did we level up? Well, you look at that. Pando leveled up. Phantasmo leveled up, Shadow. He's like, I don't know what that is and I do not care. Hey, I do not care. I don't think you can see. Yeah, you can't see his feet. See his feet right here. Oh, I turned this off. I did not mean to. Okay. Okay, I think. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, Pa, truly. I don't think so. What happens is if he levels up, he changes color. So when we get to a certain point, like a certain level, I think it's like level 5 or 6 or something, he can then change another color. I wish he got like chonkier. That would be cute. But yeah, as of right now, he just changes colors, I think. I do wish, I don't know, again, if we were to do this again, I do think the high-low in the black is like a lot more than I would have wanted, but I'm happy with this. I do think, let's do this. There we go. Yeah. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Again, not perfect, but we're learning. Here's what it looks like in totality so far. So what we'll do is we will finish the... This is still a bit short, but I feel like that's the point. I feel like it's supposed to be. Yeah, I am happy with it. It's just one of those where I'm like, I'm sure I could look at it from so many different angles, but I think it's... Not all flowers are perfectly symmetrical, you know? There's like depth and there's other things going on, so I'm gonna embrace it. Yeah, let me see what color he's meant to change. Yeah, it looks intentional. Exactly. Intentionally wonky is what we're going for. We're going for intentionally wonky. Whoops. Shouldn't have done that. There we go. Let's see what color he's meant to be next. So, apparently... Oh, I said level 6. Level 15, he changes colors. So he still has a long way to go. He's got 10 more levels to get to before he changes to a blue. So right now he's white, then he changes to blue, then he changes to green, then he changes to like a lighter blue, then a pink, then a purple, then a yellow. And then for Halloween last year, he was black with red eyes like a demon, and for Christmas he was green. Okay, yeah, let's tie this off. Fill in the little section, the black section there, and then we just have our lazy daisy stitch. And then we're gonna be... I love it. I was like, guys, he needs 10 more levels, and you guys are like, challenge accepted. There we go. So we've done that. So now we will add the little black section. And then our lazy daisy stitch. Which if I remember correctly, it is now the other orange. Yeah. Look at these feet. Yeah. 3. Okay, cool. Oh, 2 and 3. Oh, interesting. Using alternate colors of 2 and 3. Stitch the lazy daisy. Oh, interesting. So we're actually using alternating colors as opposed to this one, which was all the same color. Okay. Interesting. Okay, but first, yeah, let's fill in this little gap here, and then we'll figure out what the alternating daisy, lazy daisy, is meant to look like. But one thing at a time, guys. We're gonna, I guess, kind of satin stitch this little section in. I know I probably could have taken out the black and done it slightly differently, but I didn't want to. So that's what happened. That's the end of that. Okay. How you doing, Shadow? Are you comfy? Yeah? Oh, big stretch. Yeah. Thanks for these feet. Thanks for these feet. I'm just surrounded by toe beans. Eh? Oh, these are stinky toe beans. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, big stretch. Alright, let's fill this in, and then I think hopefully it doesn't look so obvious that it's an infill. I think it will, but it's fine. It's actually not that bad. All right, cool. Yeah, so see, now there's no more little gap like there was last time. Cool. Here we go. Yeah, I definitely, like, this side definitely is preferable to this side, but listen, this is our first time ever doing this. We are gonna learn things. We're gonna make mistakes. What is it? Get messy, make mistakes. That's what Miss Frizzle always says. Embroidery's not really messy though, you know? But the mistakes, accurate. All right. Okay. The time is now. The what is it? The air is nigh. I don't know. I'm just saying words now. To go on the final stitch. The final type of stitch we will be undertaking today in our Tasha Learns How to Embroider for the First Time Craft Kit is our Lazy Daisy stitch. Don't forget to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. It's true. It's true. In the immortal words of Miss Frizzle. That's what it was. That was I knew there was 3, but I couldn't remember. Thank you, Kay, coming in clutch with the 3rd. Okay. So, Daisy, Lazy Daisy. First draw a star shape. This has already been drawn for us. Embroider your needle through the center of where you want your flower to be. Reinsert this at the point. Yes, right. Okay. Yeah, so we're basically making little loops. Is there an even number here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's fine. I also do think we're gonna have to go back in and backstitch this and the spider web to connect with these petals. I just went up to the line marks, but because I didn't know where our petals were gonna start in terms of the daisification of them. But yeah, so we're going to alternate colors. So I guess, and then let me just remember if we are I think we're using 2 strands, but I just want to double check. 2 strands for both oranges. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're 2 stranding. And let's start with this color since we've not used it in a minute. And we're gonna try and remember how this is done. We need to get up and stretch the legs when we transition crafts, transition activities. I'm doing okay so far. Things are going all right. I do think the floor was the better idea because I don't feel like I'm constantly falling like I was in that corner. Okay. All right, so bring the embroidery needle through the center of where you want the flower to be. Place your needle beside this point. I feel like if you want it to be centered. Anyway, okay. So we will start. I'm thinking of going like either side of this line. So through the center, and then slightly to the other side of it. Ooh. And then what we need is to hold on to this loop. Now bring the needle through the fabric where you want the edge of the petal to be. So this is the edge of the petal here. So then we're gonna pop this up. Boom! Daisy. And then we put a small stitch on the other side of it. Like so. Boom! Petal. You see? Don't know if you can. There we go. See? Like that. Like so. So now we are alternating, even though this is an odd number of guess that doesn't particularly matter. So you remember the center of this flower is all French knots, which was very interesting to me. And then catch the thread. And then, ew. Whew. This needle is very sharp. I think for some reason this project we seem to have stabbed ourselves the most, which is very interesting to me. I don't know why. I don't know why this is happening, but that is what is happening. Wonder if She's one with a little ball on the end. Yeah. I wonder if for, I guess with embroidery, because like with cross stitch, you have the individual hoops you can go through. And with embroidery, it's not, like, it's a much tighter weave. So I wonder if you do kind of need to have, like, a sharp needle. But, I don't know. It doesn't need to be this sharp. Doesn't need to be this sharp. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh, I think they do 12. I think she does 12. Did I miscount one? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're just gonna have to shove another one in there, I think. This is 1, 2. Let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She absolutely uses 12. But excuse me. This is why you gotta go on the instructions, because what's written on here or what's stitched on here versus what is on the instructions are sometimes two different things. But yeah, I probably should invest in those types of needles. I have tons, like I have, you know, they're all pointy though. Again, I do like the stabby crafts. I just wish I did not stabby myself a lot in the process. That I could do without. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to increase. Luckily, this is just back stitching, so it doesn't really, like, it's not. This is really long, though. I don't know. Whatever. Is this maybe too long? I think maybe a smidge. I think it's a smidge too long, even though that's where the line ends. I guess, like, when you're embroidering, a project, like, the lines that you're making don't have to be 100% accurate. They're just sort of like guides. But because this is a kit and I've never done this before, I'm like, the lines are factual. Like, we must follow them. You know what I mean? But it's like, they're just a rough guide. And so I need to just remember that. But I've talked many a times how my creative brain is quite a logical creative brain. And so I do have this, like, you know, anxious desire to follow the rules, even if it's like artificial rules that really I'm the only one who is enforcing. Because I'm like, if it says go to the end of this, even if it looks dumb, that's what it says. And it's like, no, you can change that. Now did I make that too short? See, this is why I struggle with this. Because I'm like, if it was just the right length to begin with, then we wouldn't be having this discussion and I wouldn't be struggling to find the right sized petal. Gotta shoot now. And yeah, no problem. Thanks so much for stopping by, Aurora. I hope you have a safe travel up. I hope your visit meetup goes wonderfully. Tell the hubby and the bubba that I say hi and have an amazing weekend. Okay. So, now I gotta remember what that was. So that was too short. So we're gonna make it go slightly beyond where we decided to place that last. That is what we need to do. We also need to put this. Come on. Get. There we go. Okay. So slightly beyond where we said last time. This is my final answer. Lock it in. Lock it in. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style. Okay. I'm happy with it. Maybe. Yes. So we're gonna do 12, so we need to do 6 of these. We've done 3, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, and then the third one over there. Or do we actually scooch this one over slightly? Maybe. 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Yeah, we do need to scooch this over slightly. Again, the markings are just guidelines. And then actually, maybe what we can do is try to sync this guy up so that we don't have to worry about extending the back stitching on this one. Ho ho! Is Tasha a genius? Perhaps. Perhaps. Because then these two will have connected, so then we don't have to worry about extending this because it'll look... It's like not 100%, but... Actually, can we move it so that it is 100%? We have the ability, we have the technology, we have the option to faff about, and faff we shall. So if we just move this over a little bit, basically we should put it exactly on the end of the black back stitching. That's what we should do. Every time I take this out though, it becomes such a pain in the ass to put back through the needle. You think I would learn my lesson, but I'm not. Okay. Whoop! Oh, we almost lost a needle. That would have been bad. But we didn't. It's fine. It's all good. Don't worry, Shadow. Don't panic. Don't panic. You know what would have been smart if I brought a needle minder downstairs. Or not a needle minder, a needle threader. But I didn't. Because we like to fuck around and find out. Oop. Don't get it twisted. There we go. Maybe that wasn't the smartest idea after all. No, it's fine. It's fine. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Cool. 2 more down for this color, and then we do the other color, and then we're finito. Never use one. Yeah, it's true, honestly. Yep. I'm very similar. Very similar. I will purposely... It's almost like this weird sense of pride to not use a needle minder. Or not a needle threader. It's like this weird challenge I set for myself. Like, come on now, you can do it. Don't be a little bitch, you know? And it's like, why? Why are you being so aggro about this? Perfect. I was a bit worried. I was like, damn, are we gonna have to switch? Whatchamacallits? Threads again. Like, do... God, words. Am I gonna have to use another thread to finish this last petal? But it looks like we're okay. It looks like it should be fine. So this petal's a little twisted. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Oh, thanks. Thanks. You're using me as a push post. Stretch post? I don't know. What are you doing? You are restricting my movement, Shadow. Did you know that? I'm gonna move these feet. Yeah. He does that when we're in bed too. He'll like stretch, but like strategically put his paws on you and like push off into the stretch. Does it make the stretch better? Yeah? Do you know some grand stretching secret that we don't? Share with the class. You know? Share with the class. Ooh, is this one a little bit short? I think it should be fine. They don't have to be perfect. They can be different sizes. But is it gonna bug me? Yes. Yeah, Ella, does she? Yeah. That must be a thing. The secret to excellent big stretches is when you do them against another person. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I do want to make this longer. Okay, I'm gonna flip this over to make it easier for me to possibly, hopefully, thread this. It doesn't help probably that I've folded the thread in half as opposed to trying to put the individual, like, actually it might, to be fair, I do think it would be easier if I cut this and made them two separate threads in terms of getting them into the eye of the needle as opposed to one large one, because then they're kind of like a lump. Yeah, this is much better. And then also too, I can do one at a time. Boom. Nope, that's just one in there. And then the second one. Excuse me. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Just gotta make sure we're putting these both in the same direction. There we go. Boom. Okay. Flip it over. Whoop. We have to rescue the... Oh no. We have to tease out the loop we made because we've managed to suck it back in. Oh, don't pull out the French knots in the process. There's one. Oh, no! Stop it! Don't pull on the French knots, please. Okay. There we go. We saved it. We didn't break any of the French knots or pull out any of the knots in the process. I'd say job well done. Though I don't know what the hell happened here. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Now we just need to get these back in the correct formation. They're kind of like doing their own weird thing right now. Come on, get in your lane. There we go. Perfect. Fixed it. Make sure. This could end poorly. We could either have this loop disappearing again. Okay, we said we wanted to make this longer. And by we, I mean me. Okay. Hopefully this isn't too long. No, I think it's fine, except whatever the hell happened to this thread. It's fine. It's just textured, you know? It's just got a little texture now. That's all right. Oop, 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 oop. Why is this one so... Just gentle. There we go. Just gentle. Gentle Daisy. There we go. Much better. Maybe. Yes. Okay. Now we will. Hello? Oh. Are you on the move, sir? You just needed to reposition yourself. Are you more comfy now? Yeah, you're more comfy now. Okay, so once we've tied these off, we then have the other orange color to do. And then we are finished. You're belly grumbling. You alright, dude? Yeah. Okay. There we go. First step in our Lazy Daisy. Whoop, whoop. There you go. Putting the spotlight on it. I'm like, tell me what you know. This is an interrogation. We're interrogating Snow White. Yeah, there we go. There's step one of that. And then we're gonna use the other color. Is this long enough for what we need it for? I'm not sure. I guess as long as we, yeah, no, I think this can work. I think this will work, and then we won't need to worry about unraveling another piece. It's 2 pieces, but that's fine. Oh no, it's not. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Just for me to clarify, yes, this is the other color. Okay. Now hopefully, once we do this, they won't, like, the daisies won't look as sparse. I think it should be okay. The only thing I'm noticing with this Lazy Daisy stitch is sometimes the petals can look quite tight, and I don't know if that's because the, like, end little loop that I'm sticking on it, and maybe I'm pulling them too taut, and so then they're looking, but then this one also kind of looks a little skinny as well in terms of what they look like, so maybe that's just what it is. But yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. We will find out. Okay. Did that. Did we make our knots yet? No, we did not. We did not knot. We did not knot the knots yet, guys. We need to do that. Oh, let's take a drink. Okay. Lazy Daisies, number 2. Yeah, I think as long as we don't pull this portion too tight, then they actually have a little bit more volume than I think they would have initially. Though I don't know if that's too much volume. There we go. All right. All right, all right, all right. On to the next, on to the next. Okay, this is actually looking real cute now. I'm actually quite... Ooh. Ah! What did I do? No! Hopefully when we pull this... What the heck is going on? What is going... Oh. Oh, interesting. We accidentally threaded through the extra cloth. That explains why that happened. Okay, we need to fix that, obviously. Yeah. Damn. I was hoping to not have to do this because then I'm pretty sure... Okay, let's not get the French knots, please. Ooh, this actually went okay. Okay, whew, that was gonna be a lot. I was a lot more concerned about that because I definitely thought that I had to literally put the stitch through the French knot, so I was like, oh no. Okay, let's try this again. And not stab through this because I think it was really cute. It was looking real cute, and then all of a sudden chaos happened. We're like, no! Okay. There we go. So once we finish this, actually, in order for it to be completely done, obviously we have to get rid of the pen marks. That's not here, they're there. But we need to rearrange the back of the hoop because we did move it down in order to not be as scared about going further with these. So we'll have to reposition it before the final unveiling. Okay, judging by where this spider guy is, though, we will have to backstitch a bit longer of a web, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna bring this out a little bit more. Though, is that too far out now? Nah, it's fine, right? These ones are shorter than these ones, but again, it's fine. Oh, that is a bit too tight. Why did that happen? Did I pull it through the same? There we go. Just gotta be more gentle with it. Gentle with this. Okay, there we go. That's better. Ooh, hopefully we don't run out of thread for this guy. Oh no. That would not be good. Maybe I should have positioned this bottom one a bit more this way, because we did move this one in order to make more room. So yeah, actually, let's pull this guy out and reposition him. And actually, I think we're okay with where the first stitch. Oh no, I think we gotta full on move him over, just like, you know, tab him over to the next one, and not pull this guy through in the process. Nope, that's fine. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so if we move that over, then maybe we can also get around the extending the spider web section if we can make it so that the petal... Ooh, no, that's still gonna be weird. It was this one that needed to move over in there. Okay, we'll still have to extend it, but I still do think that this guy needs to move over. So that's fine. We will do that. Over here. Yeah, I need to just like let this not get so twisty. Yeah, because if this goes here, is that going to be too short and therefore look really weird? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Okay. So we're gonna hold on to this. Pop this out here, rethread that, and I think it needs to go like here maybe, not that long. Oh, are you gonna start kicking me again, sir? You're like, maybe. Okay. See, I love how I was like, we'll get this done. To be fair, it's taken about 2 hours. So this isn't, you know, I still, you know, have terrible sense of time in terms of how long things will take. So this is okay. Because I thought, okay, we'll be finished in like the first hour. Not true. But I think, again, that works into our advantage. I don't think we'll finish the coloring page. It's true. Time is an illusion. Nothing is real. That is my statement. I stand by it. We're here for a good time, not a long time, in the immortal words of Canadian classic rock band Trooper. Okay, we got 2 more stitches left now. This is actually not bad, though I do think if we had stopped the spider web like just shy, do we think we can get away with not extending it? Or I do think maybe we need to extend it into this guy. Maybe not though. Maybe the illusion is still there. We'll finish this and then I'll let you guys tell me what you think in terms of if we do need to fix the spider web or if it's actually fine. Because I think that's the only other potential, like, aside from rearranging the hoop in its final position, eventually, like, getting rid of the lines that were etched out. Though, to be fair, most of them have, like, worn away, or we have covered over them with the floss. So I think the last thing will be figuring out if we need to extend that spider web or not. hopefully we have enough thread for these last few. I'm a wee bit concerned about it, but is this one too small now? Yes, I think so. That's been the hardest thing. Like, I know obviously they don't have to be exactly the same sizes. We don't want to go for like 100% symmetrical, but you still want them to look like proportioned. I think there's a difference between like trying to achieve symmetry with this and just trying to achieve proportions, like correct proportions for things. Yeah, I think that's what's trying to happen. That is what we are trying to achieve. Not perfect symmetry, just decent proportions, you know? Come on. Again, maybe I should split this, but I don't want to. What I will do is cut off this extra little floof. You guys can't see it, but it's like when you have little hairs, like little tiny thread hairs, they can be such a pain in the ass when you're trying to thread a needle. Hi, Meg! Hi, Megan! How you doing? Happy Friday from me and Sleepy Shadow. I'm moonlighting as a Cheshire Cat today, cause it's cold and I forgot that I had this, so. My watch is real, but time is fake. Without time, is it a watch? Is my wrist not real? That's true. These are the tough philosophical, esoteric questions that we are asking today. Shadow, your thoughts? He's like, I'm asleep. I don't have thoughts. I love it. Oh my god, yes. It's raining gross here today too. Yeah, it's truly. Yeah, honestly, I'm actually surprised. To be fair, he was looking at me like, Mom, what the hell are you wearing when I put this on? I brought it down from the loft and he thought it was his and then proceeded to like chew on it. And then I sprayed it down with some Febreze because it was just chilling in the loft and it was a little bit musty. But yeah, I put it on and he just he followed me around. I don't know if he thought I was leaving the house like this. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but he was very sus. And so I had to let him know, like, no, dude, I'm not leaving the house like this. Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's true. Yeah, it even, we'll see. Blech. Let's find it. You know what it is? It's because it's all the way down here. It even has a tail. But, like, the tail is not where my butt is. It's, like, much further down. So, it's, like, it's a thing, isn't it? But, yeah, I kind of want him to chase me around the house and attempt to, like, bite on my tail. Is that weird? Like, is that a weird thought that I want? I'm like, I just want us to have fun little playtimes together. But yeah. Okay. So hopefully we have enough thread to finish this very last Lazy Daisy stitch. I mean, it's true. It's true. I do think it would be a fun time. Though I feel like he's getting a bit lazier and lazier. I don't know if it's because he's getting older. Like, we went for a big run around in the field today. And usually what happens is, yeah, I know, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I definitely think it was the right move to frog these sections and redo them. Nothing wrong. Right? Thank you. Thank you for validating me. I see the judgment in your ellipses, but I'm choosing to ignore that. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I hope there's enough thread left for this last stitch. It might be a bit of a pain to knot afterwards, but I think it'll be okay. Hopefully. It'll be tight, but I think we can make this work. And then the only thing left to do after this is again figure out if we need to extend the web of the spider ever so slightly. And then if we do that, we will. And then if we don't and we're happy with it, do we want this to be a little bit, I actually don't mind this. I know it's a little bit shorter, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay, guys. It'll be fine. I was gonna say faux-okay, like fine and okay. Faux-okay. Guys, that sounds like I'm saying a swear word with like a twist on it. But okay, let's see if this is how we want this to go. We want it to not be too tight. Or is it too small now? Now I'm overthinking it. Yeah, maybe it needs to, geez. No, I do think that it's not exactly where we need it to be. It's so close though. It is very, very close. So close, but yet so far. Is this part maybe in the right space though, and we just need to extend where it goes down, maybe? Yeah, possibly. No, I think it's too short now. Dang. So close. Okay. It's fine. It's all good. Let's pull this back through. Rethread it one more time. Just extend it out a little bit more. And then hope we have enough to tie a knot afterwards. That is the goal. And now we struggle to thread it. But it's fine. We're so close, guys. We're so close. So close to the end. To the end of the craft kit saga. Words are hard. It's been good. It's been, to be fair, I initially thought it was gonna take a month. Here we are, basically 2.5 months later. I say half. I know it's like only early March. I guess 2 and a bit. February's a short month anyway, so technically maybe 2 months of craft kitting when you like really look like crunch the numbers. But yeah, it's been really fun. It's been interesting, like picking up new crafts, seeing which ones I enjoy, learning some new skills, and yeah. I think my favorite one that we've worked on together though is the miniature kit, the Alice in Wonderland miniature kit, which I still need to get a dust cover for. I have to keep meaning to do that. I do worry that now I'm gonna go on a little bit of a miniature obsession, and you know, there's only so many surfaces in the house that you can put a miniature. And I also do think, actually, I did kind of enjoy knitting once I got a handle on it. It was quite, I think it was pretty straightforward. I do wonder, like, yeah, exactly. I do think if I do the smaller ones, then I think it should work okay. There are a couple that I've seen that I quite like. Just like skinny, it's tall, yeah, just skinny versions of miniature kits. And then, but yeah, I actually did, once I got my brain around it, there were some tough moments with the knitting. It was the more difficult, I think, in terms of wrapping my brain around skill set wise. But I did enjoy it in the end, and I like that we made something for Shadow. So the only thing I'm a bit concerned about with some of these things, right? Now I'm gonna foray into different crafts, and some of them got a bit of a price tag on them. Like I think with obviously like with cross stitching and stuff, you do have, you know, the different patterns and all the thread and whatever, but it's sort of like you get the needles, for instance, and then you can use the needles throughout multiple projects, and there's like not a thing. What I'm noticing is that all of the like knitting projects that I might be interested in all require different different size needles and other things than what I have. I currently have size 12 needles. And so I think I will look for projects that only require size 12 needles and like start from there. But it seems like if I want to make like clothes or something, you need then like circular needles, and I don't know, it just seems like it will become a thing. And there's only so much space in the craft room for more crafts. I think what basically needs to happen is if I want to go ham in a new craft, I need to deplete the stash of some of the other crafts. So I think the easiest way to do that is to do more needle felting, because then that will clear up space on the craft pegboard for knitting supplies, perhaps. I'm not sure though. Oh. Okay, not too tight. Okay, I'm not gonna faff with it anymore. We're gonna tie it off. And then yeah, the $1 million question is this the right amount of web for the spider, or if we have to do something about it. Get this out of here. Excuse me. Pull that down, make sure that's not too tight. Did I make it tighter because of that? Kind of, but not really. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's just make another knot real quick. Yeah, we're running low. I think if we tried to make another petal, this would have been impossible. Good thing my nails are kind of long. They're not kind of, they are long. Long enough to make threading, except we missed one of them. Threading making some knots by teasing the thread through with the nails is helpful to a point. Okay, let's try this again. Just one more, please. Just one more, and then maybe we get this involved. Let me tease this out. All right. Perfect. Matthew McConaughey style. All right. Boom. Okay, so the current question at hand is, let me try to get this face on so you guys can see what I'm about to explain. So see this spider boy here. We have stitched a web for him, and see how it goes like slightly past this petal? I wonder if we backstitch the tiniest amount more and make it attached to this petal here. Does that make sense? Because right now it kind of looks like it's hanging in the air a little bit. I thought maybe with this particular petal, it might like camouflage it and make it look like it doesn't need to happen. I think I'm answering my own question as I'm talking to you guys about this. I think I'm just gonna backstitch a little bit more. Just to, yeah, clear my conscience, if you will. I just think it just needs like a tiny bit more. And backstitching takes like 2 seconds, so that's fine. I'm not concerned. And we only need to use one strand for this, so this will be quick and easy. quick and simple, and I just think that that would help make it less, I don't know, it would bother me less is what it is. And at the end of the day, you need to be happy with what you're making, right? So we will finish this off. I will rearrange it in the hoop because we did move it down to work on this short and long. I keep calling it high-low stitching, but it's short and long stitch. I just keep thinking of like the high-low skirt trend of the 2010s. And that's what I keep referring to it as. But it's not, it's short long. It doesn't roll off the tongue though. Short long stitching doesn't roll off the tongue as much as high-low stitching does. So I think that will unofficially be what I call it moving forward. Okay. So if we literally only need to do like 2 stitches. Just to ensure that. Ask me anything. Okay. You can. Oh. I did see those, and I do think they're low-key hilarious. I haven't, like, seen all the official ones, but wasn't it that one of them has a zine now? Yeah, it's like the 1990s American Girl dolls. American Girl doll 90s. Yeah! It's the 2 of them. Honestly, I kind of love this. You know what this is giving? This is giving the first iteration of the Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls. Especially those cell phones. It's kind of giving... Yeah, honestly, that's so... Literally, Mary-Kate and Ashley, that's what it's giving me. So, like, this is... Yeah, the American Girl dolls. Though this is a bit of a millennial thing, isn't it? To have the 2 streaks that are like a blonde color and then the rest of your hair be a different color. But yeah, especially too because they're twins and one is like giving Mary-Kate tomboy energy and the other one is giving Ashley like ballet dancer energy. Yeah, though I guess then Mary-Kate and Ashley could sue, but like let's be real. Though I don't know how 90s they look. The clear bag, though, that clear bag is giving, like, clear bubble furniture. I kind of love it. Except this, yeah, this hair, I feel like is more distinctly a Gen Z, Gen X thing. You had those streaks. Yeah, I guess that's true, eh? I guess that was a thing in the 2000s as well. I had really chunky highlights, but yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, what are the accessories like? Can you look at this? Excuse me. MSN Messenger what? MSN Messenger what? There's a Pizza Hut book. Dude! That's so funny. Yeah. Okay. No, actually, no. And the peace sign rug? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Actually, though, no, I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I know everybody's offended because they're like, oh my god, we're so old. But, like, honestly, it's pretty cool. Because it's definitely giving, dolls. Let's find the first iteration of the Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls. Because there were plenty. Yeah, the 2000s doll is the one that I'm looking for. Yeah, see? It's giving this. Come here. No! The computer makes a dial-up tone. I think I never had any desire to have an American Girl doll. I kind of was just always about that Barbie life. But maybe I need it. But yeah, look, like it's giving Mary-Kate and Ashley circa 2000s Barbie doll energy. And I'm here for it, actually. I was like on the fence, but now I'm obsessed. Now I'm like, Yes. Yes to all of it. I might have to message cuz Liam's cousin, she gave birth to a girl in November. So she's going to be 1 this year. And I might have to send that to her and be like, I think you need to like excuse me. She's a bit younger. So I would say, like, I don't know if she's tail end millennial. I think she was born in like 96 or something like that. So she's younger, but I do think some of the stuff still is incredibly relevant, you know? Yeah, 100%. Okay. So, let me just, I think this is all done now, but, what we need to do is I need to put it in its correct orientation, and then we will do the grand reveal of the hub. Dude, I don't know, I think I got rid of my Groovy Girls, but I had 2. Yeah, Groovy Girls were a thing. Betty Spaghetti. Do you guys remember Betty Spaghetti? That, I think, was a bit of a fever dream. Betty Spaghetti came and went, you guys. But yeah. Trying to think what other ones. I never had Bratz dolls, but I definitely went on, like, the Bratz website to play their Flash games. I had, like, a cycle. I would go to the Barbie website, play the Barbie games. I would go to the Bratz website. I think My Scene might have had their own website too. I just like jumped around to all the doll websites and played all the mini games. Okay. So let's get the orientation of this correct. Let's line up our girl. I do feel like this particular headless lady is kind of giving My Scene. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So My Scene. And then what were the other ones? There were some other like short-lived Barbie sort of equivalents. You know which one actually really bummed me out? So they still do Monster High dolls, and I think that's awesome. I think Monster High dolls, I never got into them. They were a bit like young or old. Yeah, younger for me. I say that, but I still got really into. So basically there was this brand of dolls that were similar to the Monster High dolls, but they were called Ever After High dolls. And they were the offspring of famous like storybook characters. And they did a whole Alice in Wonderland range, and I managed to get most of them. But then they discontinued the range, and so I think there's 2 of the Alice in Wonderland of that I've not been able to get a hold of. But now I'm like, I'm not paying collector's prices for that kind of stuff. It was just like an interesting little collection for me, you know? Polly Pocket. Yeah, Polly Pocket as in the mini Polly Pockets, and also the plastic ones with the plastic clothes. Because, you know, I know, everyone likes that meme where they chew, you know, everyone chewed on the purple jacket of the Polly Pocket. If anybody else, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. It's how popular Monster High. Yeah, exactly. I think the Monster High dolls are still very, very popular, which is interesting to me, but I'm just like, but why not show the same love to the Ever After? But I get it, I guess, because, like, Ever After, like, fairy tale, it's still very, like, princessy, so I get it, like, there kind of already is a market for that. Like, I think maybe princesses, like, Disney has the market, and there's maybe, like, an oversaturation, whereas, like, little sort of horror goth things, there's not really a saturation of them. Totally stole Polly Pocket from the rich kid at school, because she brought, like, all the forbidden snack. It's true. It's true. All right. There it is. This is a little bit, I need to obviously finish, like, the actual hoop itself. I also stole some pogs. I feel like Pogs were a bit after me, but I definitely had like friends with older brothers who would like, they showed me their Pog collections. Yeah, look at that. We did it. But yeah, I definitely think she's kind of giving like 90s gothic Delia's model with this scalloped crop top. And we are here for it. Goosebumps books. You were just a little klepto. That's all right. What'd you send me? No. No. Excuse me, guys. Jess just sent me. It's Polly Pocket. Studio Ghibli Polly Pocket. Guys, it's Kiki. Kiki in her own Polly Pocket Wonderland. I want it. I think that's incredible. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Okay. Yay! It's done. Yeah, one's still down. No, same. Okay, I'm clocking out. You have a great. Yeah, no problem, Kat. Thank you for staying for the completion of the embroidery project. Wowie wow, guys. End of an era. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you next week for some baking, hopefully. They redo all those cases of different themes. Yeah, I have my old ones. This could happen. It's true. I don't know if I think I might have gotten rid of my Polly Pockets when I moved, and I regret that. But yeah. But no, it looks really cute. So again, like I said, we need to get rid of the like little lines that were drawn on for reference points, and then I need to officially finish the hoop. But she's freaking done, and it's so cute. It's so cute, Shadow. You are sparkled, my boy. Yeah, you are fully sparkled. Look at these feet. Look at these toe beans. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop. Hello? He's like, I'm not home, I'm asleep. Okay, so we have, again, like an hour left, and we did say what we would do is we would transition over to coloring. We have this Enchanted Forest coloring book. So I figured we would set that up, but we need to rearrange. We must rearrange some things. So just give me a minute. Give me a minute to rearrange. We need to do this. So we'll rearrange this. We're taking you on an adventure, guys. I think what I wanted to do actually is push this down. Nope, wrong way. Wrong way! Over here, possibly. And then move this guy in here. And then tighten this here, and then tilt this down so we can see the coloring book. I guess, I don't know where we can put this. This can just, I guess it has to go on the floor. Sorry. Can it go here? There. You can see it in the background. As long as Shadow doesn't move and decide he wants to sit over there, it can be here. There we go. Here we go. Hi, Jane. How are you? Happy Friday. You always stop by when I'm not near my tree. I owe you a heart, good sir. How are you doing? How's your week been? We have just finished our embroidery kit, and we're getting ready to do a little bit of coloring in our last half hour. Yeah, getting ready to do a bit of coloring. Shadow is here with us. These are his feet right here. Yeah, he's fully sparkled on the sofa, guys. He's fully sparkled. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing? We're cleaning up and we are rearranging some things. We are going to be working on, where did I put it? Right here. We have the Enchanted Forest coloring book. Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Shadow. Thanks for using me as a launch pad. Okay. So let's quickly, we'll do some transitions. We will be updating some bits. Current project. Just so we know what's going on. Excuse me getting all up in different things. Coloring. Ooh. Yeah, no, I spelled it right. From Johanna. Nope, I spelled that wrong. Johanna. Basford's Enchanted Forest. Basford's Enchanted. Oh, I'm spelling all the things incorrectly. Enchanted Forest. Whoop, boop, boop, boo, doo, boo. There we go. And then we will save and update that. So that is now done. And then I think we need to, just very briefly, very quickly, we will update the stream settings. I don't know where coloring is meant to go. I think people usually put it in the art category, so we will do that. We will get rid of these. And we will put coloring. Add tag. Update. There we go. We have now updated, so we are not lying to the people on what we are tackling right now. And then you can still see the finished project in the background. So we did do the thing. And now we will put this light on because it is a bit dark over here. It is a bit dark over here. I did find, oh, there we go. Now you guys can see. You can also see this goober right here. Okay, so I actually found a really cute, this is actually just a really cute book in general. It's lots of, obviously, I've colored some things in here in the past. Lots of cute nature-y things. There was one I found earlier that was like a cute little toadstool house, and I think that that would just be perfect. That is very much the vibe. Look at this. We can probably move this up, actually. Here, sorry, you're staring at my stripes. Move this, kind of rotate this, sort of, kind of, maybe. There we go, ish, right? We can only move this so far in this general direction. But yeah. I hope you're doing well, Chain, and that you've had a fabulous week. There's gotta be a better way to do this. I think maybe it's turning this in here like this, and then it's twisting this over like that. Nope. That like this, this guy comes down here. So I'm just taking you guys on all sorts of little adventures right now, aren't I? If we do this, and do this, and do this. Sure. Maybe. There we go. We got a little over an hour left, so we might as well spend it coloring. There we go. We can now sort of kind of see what we're doing. It's so funny. This is actually the same Fortnum and Mason gluten-free biscuit tin. It's the only I think they do one other kind of gluten-free biscuit now, but this is my like little trash can for all my little like flosses and threads, and this is for the pencil crayons or coloring pencils if you're from the UK. I don't know what they call them elsewhere. But yeah, I'm used to calling them pencil crayons. Other people, it seems they call them coloring pencils. But yeah, so where do we start, eh? I guess we start with the tree trunk. Coloring the trunk, or do we start coloring the grass? I don't know. The world is our oyster. We definitely know what we should do. We know what we should do. We should get out some of the colors that I think we're definitely going to be using, which means all the browns. We even have some metallic ones in here. These are some like fancy metallic browns. We need the browns and the greens, guys. Browns and the greens, because we are in nature. So let us get these out. I also think too, because we're a little bit, it's a lot of bit kind of dark down here. If the perception of the colors will change when it lightens up outside, probably. But for now, which others? Where's the rest of my greens at? Where are my greens at? These are blues. This is a brown. Some of the browns look like reds. I guess they are, kinda. Okay. Just a stash of colors to start, so we have an idea of what we are getting ourselves into. Oh, this is a double-sided one. Interesting. Okay. I also have not worked on my tea yet. Oh, it's very cold now. It's nice, though. I'm not mad about it. Okay. Let's start with some grass. Keep them in my little Cheshire Cat pouch. So I think we'll start, yeah, just start with the grass, right? I do not claim to be expert colorer. I just thought, you know, I didn't really see a point in, actually these look like snowdrops that are coming out right now. Yeah, I didn't really see a point in starting a whole new project because I figured we would finish the embroidery kit today, which we did, but I didn't think that there would be enough time to really get into a new thing. And then also too, because we're doing this downstairs, we have a bit more limited space in terms of like supplies that we're bringing down here. And so I settled on doing some coloring instead, which I think is nice. Just a nice little way to wind down the stream and, you know, get ready for the weekend. I don't actually, not that I usually do, but I don't have any weekend plans currently. What I want to do actually is I do need to get this stream overlay situation, this OBS overlay set up on my desktop, because that's where we game. Because, you know, I feel like on a good day, you know, this little laptop does its best, but it can't run games for shit. Run games and stream, it would die. It would malfunction. So we play games over there. But I currently have like my old overlay setups for the few games we played, and I do want to maybe do more like, I call them like cutely spooky or sort of, or like, yeah, like cute macabre kind of games. I really want to play Strange Horticulture with you guys, and that's sort of like, it's cozy but sort of like spooky mysterious, and I feel like the current overlay would match that aesthetic a lot more. Thank you. Yeah, the majority of the overlay is from Kiki's Design Studio on Etsy, so that's the majority of like the frames and with all the mushrooms and stuff, but the sort of tea related elements I then did myself, like I say I did them myself, I organized them on Canva. So I used pictures and things from Canva and imported them over and sort of did a mismatch, because I really liked this sort of like mushroomy forest core vibe, but I also wanted some like kind of tea, cozy tea elements to that as well. So that's how I sort of managed to do a little mishmash of that. But yeah, Kiki Design Studios, they do a bunch of really interesting and like really cool layouts. So if you guys are in the market, I suggest checking them out. But yes, thank you for that, Shane. I appreciate that. Gotta get that transferred over. And then, yeah. And then I think it'll also be, you know, compiling a list of ingredients for when we're gonna do more baking next week. Because again, that seems to be what the people want. And, you know, I want to give the people what they want. I think what I'm planning to do, though I do think I need to buy another, like, muffin tray. Because the silicone one we have is just too big in comparison to the small one. So it always ends up with like uneven, wonky things, baked goods, and it's a bit of a faff. So I need to do that. But I do think I would like to do the gluten-free versions of Canadian desserts made in the UK. Specifically butter tarts and Nanaimo bars. Because I've not had a butter tart in such a long time. And, you know, now I just need to, you know, channel my inner creative, my inner culinary expert, and make them myself. Because if I can't find, because I think the biggest thing here is like a lot of, you know, when you're an immigrant from another place, it's like, it's one thing to find food from your like home country that's made really well or made using the correct ingredients. And sometimes you can find that in like certain like little communities and stuff like that. I think the buttercream is, oh yeah, you like, do you have a bit of a sweet tooth, Chain? You have a bit of a sweet tooth. You like the buttercream. But yeah, so finding like Canadian treats, like usually you can go to markets and different things like that, and that's fine. And I'm sure they're amazing. But of course, because I have celiac disease, I then have an additional limitation of finding like treats from my homeland, if you will, because I can't have them the way they're traditionally made, right? So when people want a taste of home, they're obviously going to go and like try to source traditionally made versions of their favorite things. The traditionally made versions of these things contain wheat in them. So I'm just rearranging the pillow. I feel like I'm sinking. There we go. But yeah, and so I think that makes it a little bit more difficult to then find those things. And so, yeah, I think what's ending up happening is that I'm just gonna have to make them myself. The biggest thing as well, this is like less baking. So I guess it's kind of, you're making a dough. So I guess most dough, I think you do have to bake. But pierogies, pelhe, which is actually a Ukrainian food, but I feel like Canada has kind of co-opted them. Like they're a very popular potato dumpling that you can get in massive frozen bags in Canada at Walmart. And there's a bakery in my hometown that did amazing gluten-free versions of the pierogies. But of course, here, though to be fair, I did find pierogies in Sainsbury's the other week in the, like, Slavic region of the fridge section. They have, like, international, obviously, like, world food sections in, like, they have, like, in the aisles, but also in the freezer frozen section. So I did find pierogies, and I was tempted to pick them up for Liam, but then I was like, but then I can't have any, and that's sad, because they're really, I'm the one who wants them. So we've looked a few times for recipes, and I'm sure it's simple enough. It's just time consuming, because you obviously make dough, and then you gotta cut out all the dough, and you gotta put your filling in, you gotta fold them over, and do all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit labor intensive. But if it's 3 hours worth of labor intensity, that sounds like it could be a stream idea. Yes, yeah, Liam, that's the name of my partner, yeah. Yeah, Tasha, Liam, and Shadow. That's us. Look at this goober. Hey? Yeah, look at this goober. His tail keeps, like, popping up, but, like, popping up in between his back legs. It's quite a sight. You are quite a sight to behold, sir. Yeah. Look at this, though. Like, this is the entire, like, short part of the L shape in the sofa, and he takes up the entire section. You take up 2 parts of the sofa with your long boy body, Shadow. I just thought you would like to know. He's like, yeah, obviously. Yeah, okay. I am gonna sharpen this. Oh, it's right next to the microphone. This is some sharpening ASMR content. But yeah, so definitely, I think, you know, as much as we can do. Also, I think as well, it would be important for us to maybe do savory baked goods as well as sweet baked goods. Tingles, yeah. That's really clever. I've never heard that before. Tingles down my spine, ASMR time. That's so funny. Do you get, like, the tingles from ASMR videos? I guess, like, because I feel like some people find the tingling very soothing, and other people find the tingling almost like nails on a chalkboard or, like, spider crawling stuff, you know? That's interesting. I don't know, some people are really into it. That's one thing that I've never, like, forayed into. I've watched a lot of people attempt, like, somebody trying ASMR for the first time. You fall asleep to ASMR, yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's like whatever works, you know? Okay, we want some grass. The one thing I will say, because I do feel like I have quite a few green pencil crayons, but not a lot. Like, you realize how many different varieties of green you want when it's like, okay, we're doing like a log, and it has so many different types of, like, foliage on it, and you want them all to be like green foliage, and then you're like, but this isn't a nice one. Though I guess a lot of like grass and moss and things are all just the same color, so you could just theoretically color them all the same green, and that would make sense. That's the one thing that always fascinates me as well. Like, I always forget how bright, like, nature can be. Like, it sounds really dumb. But especially, like, when Shadow and I go to the forest, especially after it's rained, like, I'm just so amused, or, like, just so in awe of how bright the moss is. And it's just, like, such a luscious, bright color. Because sometimes I'll be like, if, you know, when I would color and stuff, and you look and you're like, oh, that looks like almost too artificial or too kind of fakey. And I'm like, no, like, there's literally real moss and grass out there that is that bright, vibrant color. So, I don't know, it's nice to remind oneself. of the how bright and vibrant nature can be. Yeah, oh, that was wild. Yeah, there's somebody, I guess they must be on TikTok as well as Instagram, who like makes art out of mold. It's wild. Jess sent it to me and I was like, how are mold spores so beautiful? I don't understand. But they do this in a way that it just makes it look so interesting. Yeah. Incredible stuff. Okay. Yeah, we got about like a half hour left. I wasn't, I never anticipated that we were going to finish coloring this today. This just might be good, like, backup, stuff. Backup, like, thing to do when we, like, work on or finish other crafts. Because now that we're finished the embroidery kit, I guess to be fair, we could still do cross-stitching down here, depending on how big the project is. Because we've got to figure out, like, this sort of couch crafting experience, I feel like can only really work with certain crafts. So I need to do a little bit of a dig to find, or to figure out what we're going to do on the Fridays here. I do think that crafting, yeah, I definitely think probably more like fiber art stuff, as long as it's not too many. Because that could get a little bit overwhelming, and there might be too much stuff down here. So I guess I could just start, putting stuff on the floor. That seems to be working okay, as long as I remember to take it off the floor when we're done. Okay, finish the grass, and then we'll move on to... There's actually this cute, like, little bug right here, and I feel like I have, like, these, like, a couple shiny pencil crayons, and I feel like adding a bit of shininess to the bug would be really cute. Question is, what color shiny? Do I even still have... There's like a silver. I don't think I want the silver. Yeah, this one. This is more of like a, I don't know, like a brown, like a silvery brown kind of thing. I think that would work for the bug. Leave it to the side because I want to color him after. I don't know why, but I just, variation. We'll do the grass. We'll do, this little bug. I guess we could do the little lantern, just like little bits and pieces. Obviously with the mushrooms, these guys, we know we want them to be our red and white ones. I think these guys will be sort of like a cream color. Though there are sort of like purpley ones. So maybe it's like mostly cream with like sort of like a dull purple wash over top of them. I think that would look really pretty. Your tail is just bouncing. Oh, that's your leg this time. What are you doing? I guess the other thing too we could do down here, if it's small enough, is we could do some needle felting down here if we were like sort of in this position. Little small things. Because I do think one of the things that turned out really well last year was when I made the little pumpkin earrings. And so I think there is a market for cute little food type earrings, needle felted ones. I was thinking, actually, I don't know if Meg is still in the chat, but she inspires me. I was trying to think of like maybe little Pop-Tart earrings. I think that would look really cute. Like little needle felted Pop-Tart earrings would be adorable. And then obviously, you know, my default thing to make is mushrooms. I'm like little mushroom earrings. I just think like they're tiny, kind of one day builds, but they pack a punch, you know? They're real cute. And we like mini cute things. So that might be a nice idea for crafting that can happen down here. It basically has to be kind of like pretty contained. Or if it is something like a cross stitch, it needs to have like fewer colors just for organization's sake and just for like the amount of stuff that can be on the table at any one time. Cool. So funny. I can't tell what he's doing, but oh, hello. Thanks for these feats. I was just saying I don't know what he's doing behind me, but all I can see in like my peripheral is his back legs like doing stuff. But you just timbered onto me. You did. Still completely asleep. Oh, I see that tongue. I saw that little tongue. I just feel bad. I was like, you know, the whole point of this is that we can all hang out with Shadow together, but I feel like, you know, you guys never get to see his face because I'm always in the way, but I feel like he moves around so much while he's sleeping that we would just constantly be moving the camera around, so we do what we can. We do what we can. Okay, I think that's step one. And then I really want to color this bug for some reason. Lined my arm. Yeah, it's like right here. There's like this little buggy. So we're gonna color him in. Like this metallic pencil crayon. I don't know how they make metallic pencil crayons. I'm sure they put some sort of like shiny pigment in it. But it's cute. I don't, you know, just don't question it. Okay, and next, actually we could probably, I know the silver, depends if we want to go, so we could go gold, like a goldy bronze for this lamppost. That would look cute. Do you remember when, I don't know if they're still they're still in like all not corner stores, but like grocery stores and craft stores. The like adult coloring book trend was massive a few years ago. And there's still so many coloring, like there's whole coloring book sections now in, like I said, craft stores and bookstores and stuff. But I wonder if they still have the same sort of chokehold on the masses. Like this was even pre-pandemic when adult coloring books were a huge thing. But I don't know if they're as popular. At least they're not making waves in the new, like, you know, I feel like there was almost like articles written about them. Yeah, see, look. Oh, there's a little buggy. What's next? What's next? Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, if we sort of use this gold and this, yeah, the bronze, actually, it might make sense to use that dark color again, too, if I can remember, can find where I put it back, right here. Yeah, between these. Just because, like, each color on its own doesn't really work. But I think if I layer them... Ooh, we're getting fancy, getting complicated. We're starting to layer colors now. It's just to try to get a slightly more accurate, like, bronzy color. So if we go over this with this first... Though I guess we could probably just not make it complicated and use this color, but who knows? This is hung up by just like a standard rope color, which is kind of a bit more of like a dark tan color maybe, which I don't currently have in my little stash on my lap. So I'll have to go back in and find what we're looking for. Do that, and then we kind of just go over it very lightly with this color, just because it's a lamp, like it's a lantern hanging in a forest, so it's obviously not going to be in like pristine condition, you know? So I just want to darken it up a little bit. Cute. Don't know if we need to use the gold, so we won't do that. Okay, we need like a, oh yeah, this will work. This will work. There we go. And then, oh, I need to stretch this leg now. Let's move that over there. We need a yellow flame. This is fine. Let's not overthink the flame color. Because this paper is like a slight off-white color. I think if we actually color the candle white, it's very subtle, obviously. Like, it's not really making too much of a difference, but we will know. We will know that it's different. Cool. Okay. Now, what shall we do next? I guess. Oop. I guess we should start coloring the stump. What color do I want the stump to be? Maybe this color? This looks like a nice, like, warm brown. Warm brown. Okay. Yes. We're deciding. It has been decided, so it is spoken, so it is done. So let's start from the corner. So far, so good. So far, so good. there's some really nice, like, this sounds really funny, but I'm like, there's actually some really nice stumps in the forest that Shadow and I go to. That are just like teeming with moss and like different things. I think mushrooms all over them too. It's a bit too cold now. I feel like November there was a lot of really cool mushrooms, but now it's a bit too cold for that. But I'm really excited for when it warms up for them to all pop up again. But yeah, like a lot of really cool ones. And there's actually like really interesting. There's this one tree in the forest that we walk past, and there's almost like, I don't know if it's just because that's maybe like a root system, and then the soil has like eroded around this root system, and it's, you know, as things have risen up, but there's like a hole in the section of the tree like on the ground, and it almost looks like a little cave. Like I'm sure a little like woodland creature lives there. So I walk by and I always think like you just think of like little fantasy worlds like this where you're like, oh, like it's like a little like fairy house or something like that, you know, or a little cavern, a little cozy space for a bunch of animals to hang out in. And it just makes me smile every time I see it, and it's just like a hole in a tree, but it just like in my brain it just gets through, and I'm like, oh, there's all these whimsical possibilities of what that hole in the tree could be. I think that's healthy. I think it's healthy to have like a sense of wonder or a sense of, you know, imagination when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's what keeps us young. Having a sense of curiosity and wonder about the world. Thanks for those feet. Thanks for these feet, Shadow. It's definitely, yeah, it's something excited about me. Yeah, exactly. It's nice to be excited about the world around you, you know? I definitely, actually, I should probably add that. It sounds really silly, like, well, it doesn't really matter, because you know how I told you guys I'm reading a book called Solve for Happy, by Mo Godat. In fact, it's actually, let me see if I can reach it. It's right here. Ugh, this is a book that I'm reading. Liam read it first. He thought it was really interesting, and so now I'm reading it. And I've just started, really. And it's basically this guy had essentially come up with an equation for happiness, and, you know, sort of takes a much more analytical approach to happiness as opposed to like a more, like, I guess, therapeutic approach. And so I think a lot of people who maybe aren't interested or, you know, have a hard time wrapping their brain around like therapeutic practices and stuff like that, this is a nice alternative to that. But one of the first things that, you know, was talked about in the book was creating your own happy list. Just a list of things that make you happy. And then, you know, when you are going through tough times and things are really difficult, or you're feeling, you know, like it's been a while since you've really felt happy things in your life, you can always go back to your happy list and go, oh yeah, this is something that makes me happy. I've not done that or seen that or experienced that in a while. I'm gonna go out of my way to make that happen. So I just realized I need to add just like cool looking trees. Cool looking trees and mushrooms make me happy. You know, exploring in the forest and coming across fun looking foliage. Fun foliage makes me happy. So I need to add that to my happy list. Because it can be, you know, larger things where it's like, you know, Shadow makes me happy and all that kind of stuff, or, you know, but it can be just like little simple things, right? And a lot of times the things that truly do make us the happiest aren't material things, aren't, you know, massive lofty goals. It's just like you know, a warm cup of coffee or a cool looking rock. Sometimes it can be that simple, and if anything, that's how it's easy to maintain happiness throughout immense hardship, is because when you distill it down, the things that make you happy are actually, you know, attainable regardless of difficult circumstances. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm still very, like, you know, short in the book. I've only, like, recently started it. I think as I posted a passage on my Instagram stories of part of that I thought was really interesting, and so I think I'll probably do that as I continue to read. If there's like a passage that I find really interesting and salient, I will probably share it on there, just for food for fodder. Food for thought. That's the phrase I was looking for. Yeah. Trying to think of like other things I might want to do this weekend. Maybe I start a new anime this weekend, because I'm all caught up on all of them. And the last show I watched, and I told you guys this yesterday, that Abbott Elementary finally got released in the UK on Disney Plus, and you best believe I watched the entire second season in one day. I watched the first few episodes before stream, and then during dinner into the evening I watched the rest of the episodes. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was the full second season or if it was like the mid-season finale, but still. Whatever they put up there, I had consumed. So I am now waiting for more. But I've not perused. Actually, last time Liam and I were watching Naruto, once we finished, I was sort of scrolling around on there. And there was another sort of like found family type anime. And you guys know, slice of life found family seemed to be my preferred anime genre. So I've added a few more onto my list. So I have options. So maybe I'll do that tonight. Tonight and or this weekend. See if we can get this tree stump fully colored by the end of stream. It feels unlikely. It seems unlikely, but I think we can attempt. Just realizing, I think like the cutoff point of the tree branch should be a slightly lighter color. I say slightly. I don't really have any just slight light. I just have lighter and not lighter. But I think that would add a nice little contrast. And usually when you see cut pieces of wood, you have all the thick bark, and then the sort of thinner internal bark is much... I guess that's not really considered bark. Bark is the stuff that's on the outside of the tree. The actual wood on the inside of the tree is like a lot lighter in color. So we shall also do that. Now that I think about it, I'm trying to think of like the flow of next week. I almost feel like Friday might be the better day to do baking. I don't know. We'll see. I have to have a little think about it. I need to have a little think. But yeah, I think maybe what might be a good schedule for next week would be maybe start a game on Tuesday, Maybe work on one of our many outstanding cross-stitch projects on Thursday, and then bake on Friday to go into the weekend. I think that might be the ideal setup. And then we can do that. I'm really, one of the ones, like, because there's different sort of hierarchies in terms of which projects I want to finish or, like, do more work on. Does that sound like a plan, Shane? Yeah? Seems all right? Seems like an okay idea. Yeah, I think in terms of the cross-stitching projects that I want to finish first, I still really want to work on the Studio Ghibli one. I feel like we made really good progress of that towards the end of the year, and that one feels like more attainable right now than some of the other ones, in terms of having an end goal in sight, in terms of finishing. The other one that I am interested in, but I feel like we have a long, long way to go in that respect, is the Princess Jasmine one. That is still a long time coming. And then I do have, actually, in a way, I do have some craft kits. So in a way, we could keep within the craft kit theme and just work on our cross-stitch craft kits. We have the one with the longest name, Girl Sits on Dragon Reading a Book, that we had started, which again, we still have a long, long way to work on. So actually, maybe we do that. Maybe we do Girl Sits on Dragon Reading a Book. Just because we have so much of it to go. And it is still a craft kit. So that is an option. That is an option. I do think like the next few weeks will be a little bit of like trial and error. You know, we're going to try some new things. We're going to, you know, like I said, try to do more like long form gaming content. And we'll see how it goes. It could be something that one, you guys don't enjoy, two, I don't enjoy. So we might have to pivot in that respect. But we won't know until we try. So that's, you know, I'm open to experimentation. This is actually, you know, speaking of open to experimentation, this is the first time we've colored on stream. So this is also, you know, a pivot. I know it was, you know, we started with finishing our craft, but, you know, we decided to do something a bit different, and, you know, we'll see. I think you need to be okay with almost, I don't know, at least for me, like the way I'm trying to keep maybe like a positive outlook on things, because I think, you know, sometimes you can get bogged down by the numbers in sort of streaming and stuff, and I think, at least for me, the way I sort of, what I find helpful is approaching every new stream almost as like a bit of a social experiment or a bit of an experiment where, you know, we're doing something, whether or not it resonates with people or not. And then it could be like, okay, did this not resonate with people because of the content? Was it the time of day? Because sometimes, you know, streams are busier on certain days of the week, certain times. That sort of thing, and then sometimes going from there. Sometimes it's just like a fluke and, you know, people are busy, that sort of happens. It seems as well like there's certain tags that people are more interested in than others, and so I think if you sort of look at your streaming experience as an experiment, so anytime you do something, you know, you're really just sort of trial and erroring until you find something that works for you and works for your viewers. So that's all we're doing, really. Right now, even. And then in the next couple of weeks, we have things that And then also too, obviously the kicker with that is also it has to be something that you, the streamer, enjoys. So they need to be things that I also enjoy. And so what'll happen is maybe we work on something and I go, I actually don't enjoy this. Which then makes it a bit harder to engage with you guys and, you know, keep the energy high and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's all a process. But, you know, hopefully you guys continue to come with me along this process. So, hi, Ray! Hello! Good morning! Yes, of course. How are you doing? How are you? Happy Friday. I'm so happy everything arrived to you safe and sound. It took a hot minute. It took a very long time, but it's here now. It is with you, and that's the main thing. You have my keys. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. I love that she's getting involved. That's so cool. Yeah, we'll have to arrange another one of those. I think now that everyone's finally gotten their stuff, truly, honestly, yeah, exactly. Which is kind of nice. You know what it is? It's kind of nice in a way, though, because then you get, like, a little surprise present. That's not the worst thing. You know, it's not the worst thing to get a little surprise present every once in a while. But yeah, I think that was one of the things that I was like, oh, I'd love to maybe do another giveaway. I'll have to pick a milestone to maybe have that happen. Probably at, like, 500 followers, maybe. Yeah. Make sure you're involved. He is the only reason she wants to sit. That's so funny. Hey, man. She likes the things. To be fair, I feel like keys and keychains are like little children's kryptonite. They just jangle. They make fun sounds, you know? I definitely feel like it's a thing. It just seems to be a thing with kids. Oh. I don't have this up. Here we go. Let me know when you're back. Ooh, big stretch. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I definitely feel like kids and keys / keychains just seem to be like a match made in heaven. I think because they jingle, they're like, you know, small enough that kids can hold on to them sometimes. And they just make, you know, they make fun noises. And it's also exciting because they open things, you know, it's like an adventure. Yeah, we're just getting ready to wind down for the day. We finished our final craft kit. We finished our embroidery kit. Looking fabulous. And we are... Yeah. I went, they were given to me actually by a friend, but she got them at like our local craft store. So we got them from Hobbycraft. In like the sort of kids section, so where you go and get, you know, like your bits and bobs, like pom-poms and googly eyes and stuff like that. They had a bunch of them there. So I'm sure they must have them. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think they were just called like just keychains. Maybe they're called like keychain blanks or something. Let me check. Keychains. Okay, they're called photo frame key rings. It looks like that's what they've called them. Yeah. Like blank. Yeah. Just blank photo key rings. But I think that's maybe the blank photo part is like the main thing. But there must be like a US equivalent of those. I would assume. I assume they're like a common thing. But yeah, you can get them in like different packs. Awesome. Oh, perfect. I'm so glad you found some. Excellent. Yeah, they're quite a neat idea. I don't know how I came across the concept. I feel like somebody gave those to me and then it was like, though you do need to experiment with, I think I was trying to double side the Ada, and obviously like the thicker the Ada, it's hard to get it to close. But if you're just doing one layer and then like what I did, like put a piece of paper or like a piece of like really thin fabric on the back, I think it's pretty universal in terms of fitting stuff in there. But yeah, that'd be so cool if you made some. You could do things like initials and stuff as well. We can check. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that would work. Definitely. I think that's what mine ended up being. I just had like random black cardstock hanging around and I was like, perfect, I'll use that then. Yeah. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so cool. Mini Pokemon keychain sounds like a fabulous idea. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you to do this. You'll have to post photos when you do. I'm so excited. It's gonna look so good. Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be so cool. I'm like, I would love it. I would love a custom Ray keychain. Ooh, that's a good question. I guess we'd stick with Squirtle. I'm Team Squirtle. I feel like I'm a Squirtle squad. I'm Team Squirtle squad for sure. I feel like my default is like, okay, starter Pokemon, you know? I'm definitely Squirtle squad. But honestly, I would be happy with any first gen or, you know, my T-Fiend Sinistea. But I don't know if they make... To be fair, I've been thinking of that. My mom was like, oh, you should make a Sinistea cross-stitch pattern. I don't know how difficult that would be. That's on the agenda one day. One day. Okay. Well, like I said, we didn't get the entirety of the branch colored, but that's fine. You know what it is? You know what? I might color this more tonight. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. Maybe this is what I do this evening. I will, yeah, hang out with Shadow and color. But yes, again, let me show you our wonderful creation. Squirrel's good. I'm gonna get the pattern follow Pokemon. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah, that'd be easy. And then you can, you know, break off the individual Pokemon that you want to do. That's actually a really good way to do that. Definitely. Check it out. It is finished. It is fabulous. It's been a journey, friends. The end of an era. The end of the craft kit era. Truly. But it's been so fun. It's PDF. Ooh, yeah. That's really helpful. Okay, I need to put this away. Put this over here. And we need to find someone to raid. Oh, you have a Blastoise update. Please post it. Please post your update. Do. Please post your update if you're able to. And then we will go find a friend to raid. Oh, things are cruising along. Okay, let's do that. And let's see who's online. Working on it. Excellent. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it. Like I said, I've been heavily neglecting all my cross stitch whips. So I appreciate being able to see everyone else's product. I'm gonna live vicariously through your progress updates, because I don't have very many. Okay, let's see. We've done that. Killer Bee. Pop-Tart. We've never visited them before. Packet. Ooh, yes. Yes. Makerbug is starting this really advantageous project. It's like a pack and go playhouse. It looks so cute. And so she's gonna be undertaking that. So I think we should go and see her. She is starting soon. I think she must be officially done now. I mean, officially, yes. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go do that. But I will wait for you to post your photo, Ray. Obviously, I will. I'm very excited about that. Okay, so tentatively, next week, we will be doing probably 3 things. We will be cross-stitching. We will be probably starting to play Strange Horticulture. And we will be baking. Depending on what day of the week any of these things happen, still remains to be seen. I'm going to have to take a look at like coordinating between my schedule and Liam's schedule and sort of work out what might be the best day to do that. I did think maybe I would do it on Tuesday, but I don't know. It seems like Friday makes the most sense for a baking stream, but who knows? Who knows truly? Again, I'll figure it out. Oh, yay! It looks so cool. It looks like an ocean. It looks really nice. You're doing the whole background first and then doing the Blastoise, right? Or no? You're just going in order. Either way, it looks so cool. Like the 3 colors are just like, mwah, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Let me show you guys. Can you see this? Yeah, look at this. So pretty. Just the blue. The blue colors look so nice. Yeah, I like it. I'm so excited for you. Look at that progress. Look, even Phantasma is hype for it. So hype for it. All right. Okay, let me entertain you. We must post the raid message. God, I need to stretch. Raid. Oh, geez, Scoop. This is too... Okay. There we go. You see the bottom of the foot too? Oh, can you? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, awesome. So good. Okay. Let's now go and see our friend Megan. And again, we will be back here on Tuesday at some point. You're going to say bye-bye to the people, Shadow. Yeah? Say thanks for hanging out with me. I've been asleep this whole time. Okay, let's go. And see Megan. Let's get ready to rumble. Bye, Chain. Have a good weekend. I will see you later. Yeah, see you. Bye-bye, Shadow. He's like, no, thanks. Okay, we're going over to see Megan. Bye.